If you're trying to grow your coaching or consulting business and wondering, should I charge for discovery calls or offer them for free? This video will save you months of frustration. I've been there, figuring out how to value my time while still wanting to help people grow. After growing my own coaching business in the past year to over $200,000, I've learned there's a real strategy behind when to give your time freely and when to start charging for it. So by the end, you'll know exactly when to offer free calls, when to start charging, and how to use those calls strategically to build proof, demand, and income without feeling salesy or desperate. Here's what I've realized. The call itself isn't what builds your business. It's how you use those calls. A discovery call can either be a random chat that drains your energy, or it can become a stepping stone that grows your authority, confidence, and conversions. So before you decide to charge or give free calls away, you've got to know your position on the map. If you're still proving your offer, the strategy looks one way. If you're protecting your time, it looks a completely different way. So let's find out which stage you're actually in and then decide from there. Stage 1 is you're talented, but you're still building proof. In this case, you've got skills, you've helped people, maybe unofficially, but you don't yet have visible proof online. No testimonials, no case studies, maybe a small audience just starting to grow with your YouTube channel. At this stage, offering free calls isn't a bad thing if you do it with strategy. Think of every free call as an investment into your credibility. You're not giving your time away, you're trading your time for evidence. So make each call intentional. And how do you do that? You document the transformation. Ask permission to share their wins, or turn every result into a story you can tell later. Because when you can show results instead of just promising them, you'll never have to convince people to work with you again. You're not building a business yet, you're building the trust capital. And trust compounds faster than any marketing tactic ever will. And if you want help turning that trust into consistent clients, that's exactly what I teach inside my Leap mentorship program. It's for creators and coaches who are ready to stop guessing and structure their offers and grow their income using YouTube. You can find a link in the description below on how to apply for that program. But let's get back to the video. So what does this look like? It's called pre-qualifying. When you invite someone to a free call, set expectations with pre-qualifying them, honestly. So you could say something like, this session is complimentary. I'll help you with specific goal. And if it's valuable for you, I'd love to ask you for a short testimonial. Or if it feels like a fit, we can talk about next steps of how we could work together at the end of the call. That keeps it warm, human, and professional. And it sets the tone that your time has value even when the session is free. So here's what that would actually look like behind the scenes. On your booking page, Calendly, or website, include one short paragraph that explains the purpose and the expectation of the call. For example, this is a free strategy session where I help you solve X or clarify Y. If you find it valuable, I may ask for a short testimonial or share how we can continue working together. So this helps pre-qualify the right people before they ever book. Another thing you can do is inside the Calendly form or application, add one required checkbox question before they confirm the booking that says something like, I understand this is a free session that includes practical guidance. If I get value, I may be asked for a testimonial or offered additional support options. This builds psychological commitment and filters out people looking to waste your time. Another thing you can do is in your confirmation email or reminder message about the call, reinforce the same message briefly. Can't wait to connect. This call is designed to give you clarity around X problem or goal. If it's valuable for you, we'll explore next steps together at the end. That repetition right there sets expectations 3 times. Subtle, but clearly. So by the time you meet this person, there is zero awkwardness when you pitch your sale or when you ask for a testimonial. Okay. But maybe this isn't your actual location right now. Maybe you have proof and testimonials, but just not on social media yet, not on your YouTube channel. That leads us to stage 2. You have proof, just not from YouTube yet. So maybe you've worked with clients before through referrals, word of mouth, or even in a corporate job, but you don't have an audience yet on YouTube. This is where a lot of people get stuck. They think, until I have a big audience, I can't charge. Not true at all. It would be foolish not to charge for your expertise because you have those expertise. If you've already helped people get results, you've already earned the right to charge. You just need to bridge your existing proof into your current brand. How do you do that? You show your track record through storytelling. You bring those previous results to life in your videos. You weave your process and outcomes into your content. You're not starting from scratch. You're translating your authority into a new platform. At this stage, it's time to move from free calls to paid ones, and here's the shift. Instead of spending hours on free calls, start creating free content that keeps working for you. One YouTube video can sell for you years after you post it. A call can't. If you're going to take time and effort to make something free, make free content at this phase. Because this phase isn't about volume anymore. It's about quality, about depth. You don't need 50 conversations. You need 5 that convert and 5 client stories that speak louder than any sales pitch. Once you've proven your process works and you've got content or clients backing it up, the game changes completely. You're no longer trying to prove your value. You're pricing your time based on it. And that's where stage 3 begins. Stage 3 is you have proof and you have the platform. Once your YouTube content starts driving inbound leads and people already trust your voice, your time becomes your filter. At this level, free calls aren't generous, they're expensive, because every unpaid call means saying no to time you could be spending serving clients, improving your offer, or scaling your systems. So now your call isn't a discovery, it's a qualification. Your job isn't to convince, it's to confirm. Are they ready? Are they aligned? Are they committed? And charging, whether it's $100 or $500 for that session, creates the filter that attracts people who are serious. When people pay, they listen differently. They show up prepared. They take work seriously. So the natural progression looks like this. Free calls build proof. Paid calls build trust. Premium calls build leverage. Each step earns you more authority, not because of the price, but because of the clarity behind it. So how do you know when to make the switch? Simple. When you can confidently predict results, you can confidently charge for them. Now, what if you're hesitant to charge? If you've already done multiple free calls and you're getting testimonials, messages of gratitude, and people telling you that was life-changing, but you still feel reluctant to charge, pause and ask yourself why. What's really holding you back? Is it pressure that once money's involved, you'll have to perform? Is it fear that someone might not find it valuable enough? Or maybe it's guilt that charging means you're being selfish for wanting to be paid. Any and all of those thoughts are exactly why you need to start charging. Because charging doesn't just change your bank account, it changes you. It forces you to show up differently, to prepare better, to deliver with more focus and follow through. When people pay, they pay attention. And when you get paid, you pay attention too. You start treating it like a real business, not a passion project or a charity. And that shift from I'm helping to I'm leading is where your next level of confidence is built. So if you're still offering free calls, even though your results are there and you have the testimonials, you have the proof, stop waiting for permission. The only difference between a free call and a paid call is the identity of the person running it. Okay, so now let's think about what to charge. What if you don't know what to charge? If you're stuck on pricing, remember, your rate is not about your worth. It's about the value of the transformation you deliver and your current level of proof. So a great place to start is if you've done this work before, even for free, you have data. Ask yourself, how much time did I save them? Or what did it cost them to not solve this problem sooner? Or what was the emotional or financial gain on the other side? That's your starting point for value. Now, if you're just transitioning from free calls, your goal isn't to charge the industry rate, it's to create a meaningful exchange, enough that it feels like a real investment for them and a real responsibility for you. Here's a simple pricing ladder I give my clients. Stage 1, you're testing your offer. Charge between $60 and $100 for a focused clarity or audit call. Stage 2, you're confident in the results. Move to $150 to $300 for a 60-minute session. Then stage 3, you have proof, case studies, or a growing channel. 500 plus is absolutely fair, especially if your call delivers tangible ROI or transformation. And here's the secret no one tells you. Your first paid call isn't about the money. It's about proving to yourself that people will pay and that you can deliver when they do. Once you start charging, everything shifts. You stop guessing your value and you start embodying it. Because clarity doesn't come before you charge, it comes because you charge. And here's something else to remember. Nothing is permanent. Your pricing can evolve as quickly as you do. When I first started, I charged $65 an hour. 2 weeks later, I raised it to $75 an hour. A month after that, I doubled it to $150. Today, my coaching calls are near $1,000 for 1 hour. The point is, don't obsess over the numbers. In the beginning, it's not about the price. It's about what charging does for you as a person. It gives you confidence. It gives you professionalism, the ownership. That's real transformation, the one that happens inside you before it ever happens for your clients. Because when you start charging, you stop waiting to be chosen and you start leading. And that leadership extends far beyond your calls. It shows up in your message, your content, and how you show up online, how you show up in your videos on YouTube, in fact. Which is exactly what we'll dive into next, how to build a personal brand on YouTube that naturally attracts the right clients to you before they ever book a call, because your voice is the bridge between free and paid. So click here to watch now how to build your personal brand with YouTube to get more clients into your business. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.